Hi girls, it's Thursday! Okay, that's a lie. Today's actually Wednesday. But I'm not gonna have time to make a video tomorrow just because my grandparents are gonna be in town. So I decided I'd make it today and just post it on my regular day on Thursday. So you are actually looking into the past as I make this video and you are watching this video, though not really. So as you may be able to tell, it's morning again. It's actually easier for me to make videos in the morning, at least this week, because my grandparents are going to be coming this afternoon. So I decided to make it this morning, and that is why my hair is wet, and that is why I have tea again. In the same cup that I had it in last time, because I actually really love this cup. It's adorable. I've been working a lot lately, and yesterday I actually had to be at work from 9 to 6, so that's technically like an 8.5-hour shift because we get a half-hour unpaid break. And we went to a deer farm for a field trip, and it was actually really interesting. The deer were really cute, and the way they had it organized was they had fawns in one area, 1-year-olds in another area, and then the adults in another area. And the deer were really sweet. I mean, you had to watch out for their antlers, the ones that had them. You had to watch out because they weren't really aware of where their antlers were when they were moving their heads, and they're deer. They're gonna move their head no matter what. So, you know, the kids are just standing there feeding the deer, and the deer are going, "What? What?" And I'm like, "Okay, watch out! Watch your head, there's antlers!" But the deer were really sweet, and there was this one deer, his name was Jake, and he was really cute, because his lower jaw was actually a bit shorter than that it should be. So his tongue was hanging out the whole time, and it was just really cute. And you know, he'd be moving his head around and he accidentally lick the top of a kid's head, because the kids are like up to their shoulders. And it was just really cute. The kids had a lot of fun. So with my grandparents coming this afternoon, I decided to make some cookies for them. If you can see, these are Jammy Dodgers, and they're basically shortbread cookies with jam in the middle. And my dad bought the jam because he wanted to choose it, and he accidentally bought strawberry preserves, which if you want the recipe, I'll send it to you. And I would not recommend using strawberry preserves just because with the preserves, there's actual pieces of fruit in them, so spreading it on the cookie becomes a lot harder than it should be. But he did buy raspberry jam and fig preserves, which fig preserves actually work out fine just because the only chunks in them are seeds. And so I hope they're like, me and my dad already tried them because my dad's like, "Ooh, cookie, I must try cookie." So they're good. So if you want the recipe, I will send you the recipe. And if you don't want the recipe, I'll just probably end up sending you cookies because I really like making cookies and I have a lot more dough in the fridge anyways. But when my grandparents are coming, I took the day off on Friday because we might actually go up to Canada. So I might take some film there and just take some footage of Niagara Falls. I mean, film versions of Niagara Falls aren't the same as seeing the real thing, but at least it gives you a feel for it. And I was talking to Sarah about this actually on Sunday. But it's amazing that when I'm thinking about it, it's like some people have traveled thousands of miles to see Niagara Falls. I only live an hour away from it. I can go, people around here are like, "Hey, you want to go to Canada this weekend?" It's just a normal part of life. And we take it for granted. And of course, there's other things that people have that they take for granted too. I mean, I've never been out west. And I would love to go out west and visit the Rocky Mountains and the Grand Canyon and see all that wonderful stuff because it's beautiful. What I've seen from it on TV and in movies is beautiful, and I would love to see it one day. And I'm definitely saving up to visit you, Sarah, to go west for the first time, to go far west, and that's not California, and visit you and see the beautiful land that you live in. And, you know, Nicolette, you live near Manhattan. I mean, a lot of people travel thousands of miles to go to Manhattan. You could just take a bus in. I mean, it's just amazing to me how much is around us that we can take for granted sometimes. Even being healthy is something that we take for granted. I mean, the fact that I can get out of bed in the morning is something that some people don't have. I mean, you see those really obese people on TV that are sitting in one chair for years. And I take for granted the fact that I can get up out of bed and walk around and make myself breakfast and go out of the house during the day. Some people can't do that. And when you think about things in that way, it's a lot easier to appreciate what you have and forget about some of the bad things that might be happening in your life. I mean, yesterday I had to tell a couple parents that their kids might not be able to go on our next field trip, which is to the zoo, because of how they were on this field trip. It was hard to tell some of the parents that, and I wanted to tell them in advance. I told them that we were going to talk about it, me and the other teachers in our room. But I wanted to tell them in advance so they'd be aware that there was a possibility. And I was talking to my mom on the phone because she's in Connecticut still. And I was talking to her on the phone and how I was telling parents, and she's like, "Oh, you could get in trouble for that." And I was worrying about that a lot last night as I was going to sleep. But then I realized I can just apologize. I don't have to be so upset about something like that. And I'm the kind of person that tends to take things personally, like people yelling at me and telling me I did something wrong. But I don't need to, because I already have all this other stuff in my life. So being upset over one little thing, when you have so much else in your life, why do you need to get upset about those things? My point is that worrying about the little things is something we shouldn't be doing. And there's so much that we take for granted in our lives. So today, at least, I'm going to try to not worry about the little things. And I'm going to try to focus on the good things. One of the good things that I have is I have a job. It's hard to get a job right now, and I actually have one, and that's great. I'm making money. This is great. My grandparents are coming today, and I haven't seen them in almost a year, so that's going to be really fun to see them. I ordered new shoes recently, and I'm hoping they're going to come tomorrow because I love shoes. There's so much. There's so much. So if you get anything out of this video, I hope it's that. That was a lot longer spiel than I expected it to be. So that's all I really have to say. That got a lot deeper than I expected it to, really quickly. Oops. But I really hope you got something out of this video, if anything. I really hope to see you tomorrow, Sarah, and I hope to talk to you guys sooner than later. Sooner the better. Yes, we must talk, all of us, soon. I can't wait to go back to school in August, and I miss you guys so much. I love you all. Bye!